The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her.
Nie. Ty si daj svoje ruky preč.
No way.
Ty daj svoje ruky preč a padaj z tejto lokerúmky. I hneď.
It's not that I'm
Lebo ti vrazím.
just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Sakura je jediná, ktorá to urobiť môže.
You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's
Bye-bye.
okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl
Ja
examine
vrásky.
her.
Vtipný si.
So just leave this to me.
Nehrozí.
Sakura. What is this?
Ďakujem.
Secret girl on girl action? Is that what you two are about?
OMG.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Dobre,
I'm
kým
sorry.
sa dohodnete do piči.
Be sure to check her entire body.
Her entire body. What?
What is it?
Not possible. This
Is what?
is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually...
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true? Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, the was really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Ale by ako ja o tom nevedel. Typujem. Takže sa nachytal sám.
I do apologize.
Lebo ju odniesol do dievčenskej.
Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all
She
just
was a
learned
girl.
the shocking revelation that Chihiro
Was
was
a
actually a
boy.
boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Preto tak často trávila čas s chaladmi a nechcela cvičiť, aby ju niekto videl, aby ho niekto videl.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Tomu hovorím plot twist, dámy a
So
páni.
then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Tak, aby to vyzeralo, že to
Well,
urobila...
I must admit,
Ona.
I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female
Aha,
body.
keď si ho vraždil, myslíš?
Titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
Jeden nie!
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
A akože v tomto
The way
áno.
he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
Chcel dostať
My
toho vraha von?
reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Dobrá otázka.
I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
I got it!
Áno, bol to chalán.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer! And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
Game over, man!
No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Sorry. Sorry.
Isn't there a single clue that might... Clues? Did nobody get a...
I'm sure if someone saw the killer...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some...
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Jak nie? Však na Celeste nie. Oh my god.
Isn't there a single clue? Well, did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at...
Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer. And only the killer.
No, he's wrong.
Ani slovo, chat.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was
A
murdered.
takto to
What do you
myslia.
think,
Ale aj
Celeste?
tam to súviselo.
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night. I saw him, and then I...
A track jacket and a duffel bag.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed. What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Kto to bol?
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No veď
No.
práve.
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Yoko?
Huh?
My girl? Na čo si
You know
prišla?
who the killer is.
Na mňa nepozeraj.
Seriously?
Oh,
Who is it? Who's the killer?
pán predseda.
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Moja random teória mi vyzerá to dáva
We would know how
zmysel.
to use it.
Akože, ja buď ten predseda, alebo
As was
gang
noted,
typek.
the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say. But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Kámo.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Že je vec, to bude potom jeho.
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Uf.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Áno.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
Je to na tebe vidieť.
Tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Hej, počkať.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Áno.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific
Pretože Celeste ho videla predtým, než tam išiel a kúsok z tej bundy trčal z toho batohu, ktorý tam bol, takže tak vieme, že mala modrý.
I got it!
Mal.
That tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No.
Oh.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into the duffel bag. Oh, she got him! Ona nepovedala farbu.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Presne.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Where are you?
You pagon.
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
You got him.
As a matter of fact, it was blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro?
Hádal. Iba si typol.
I just
I
to close at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
Uh-oh,
The bag and
uh-oh.
clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw
Angry
Cherry with it
shoe
before he
boy,
died.
come
The only
on.
possibility. Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Áno?
He
Keď si ju
walked past me,
vraždil?
and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Áno?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Kámo, ty si kúk, ty jak
It
nič.
would appear you've dug your own grave.
Oj.
But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
No daj mi všetky dôkazy, ktoré máš.
Why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him?
turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
You
Mondo?
cooked, kámo.
Was it really you? Did you really
Priznaj sa.
kill Chihiro?
V ktorom mieste sa priznaj.
I
Aj.
anyone. You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
You are.
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
Come on.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
If for me.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
To vôbec nebude podstatný. No.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Čo si tu povedz?
Does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant.
Áno, ale
It would
niekto,
take an
kto je
awful
gang
lot to break
ultimate,
one.
tak to rozbije jak nič,
This
nie?
one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be
Jo,
a fair
povedz
trial.
nám to.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it! Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
On išiel do
So
sauny
when you're
potom
in a sauna,
dvakrát.
make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone,
Pretože
right?
boli v tej saune.
Indeed.
Vtedy, keď bojovali
the
proti
mystery.
sebe a tak to
What if they found
zistil.
out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness?
Áno,
And it broke.
tak to zistil, omylom.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Ja viem.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
No, Mondo a ten modrý typek.
Here's my answer! Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Ako vysvetlil mi, ak si tak na random trafil, že to bol on.
You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
Uh,
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo, then that proves that
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
čo?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, If Mondo's handbook, then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Takto? Nie?
Shoot!
Ale... Ja som sa
Let's
preklikla
test
vtedy.
Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if not, then that proves that.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Bože, tá hra. Ja som to bola správne, tá hra ma odrbala.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
Taký kúsok to bol.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
On to nie je také jednoduché, ako to
Monokuma said
vyzerá.
himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
A on je mŕtvý. Takže môže používať.
Here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit, but no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Bro! Zabil
You are wrong.
Chihira.
You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Ešte si nie som istá, ale... Teraz som trošku confused. Tuto som mega confused. To bude mať zlé. Ja už jebne z tej hudby, sorry. Ja sa snažím.
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Let's go. Show me if I get it right.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Don't be sorry, be better. I'm sorry.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
OK, to som spravila zle. Do piči.
Here's exactly what happened. First, let's... Last night at the...
To vôbec nie je na tretí pokus.
That's some...
Absolútne nie.
With bag... She... But how... With... It seems like... And attacked it. And... It was likely in... The which is why the killer hurried to then removing the and finally Karen, a girl's handbook was met, but this alone doesn't.
Teraz túto kokotinu.
After all, using one of those, and that with the carpet and the post, they changed the that Byaku. So after he went, he used the. Then he wanted, and around the same, the kill there. And just as the killer expected, the steamy song somehow, and the reason they knew that, and that's how it all. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Prečo si to urobil?
Can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Práve sa stalo. Čo, prosím? To je ten boss fight? Či nie? Hej. Oh, shit. Ja stále neviem, jak to funguje.
You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. Listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! You're corrupt!
Why I'm dying? Už chápem, jak to mám hrať. Už chápem, musím mať pravé, ľavé, dobre, ticho. Už to chápem. Aspoň myslím. Mne sa to osud tak nepáči. Mne sa nepáči žiadna mechanika z tejto hry. Ale páči sa mi zisťovať to, kto je vrahom. Ale to je asi tak všetko.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it. If my thinking so far is right,
Toto je asi najčastia. Najhoršia.
handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that,
Nenávidím ju.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Why? Mačko, to je stále v pohode.